The animal kingdom. A remarkable collection of living, breathing natural wonders. Enthralling. Impressive. Tenacious. And nurturing. Innovative. Tough. Surprising. Always genuine. Discover their past, present, and future. Just breathtaking. Just intriguing. Just tremendous. Just animals. Monkeys. Marvelous, intelligent creatures, seemingly blessed with an insatiable hunger for fun and games. Many are skilled gymnasts, happy to flaunt their incredible agility in the treetops. They can be just as impressive on the ground. These mammals call a diverse range of habitats home, from tropical rainforests to snowbound hot springs and scorching deserts. With approximately 260 species, monkeys are a diverse family in looks and size, ranging from 35 kilograms down to petite beings that weigh no more than a bar of soap. Monkeys are innately curious and thoughtful. When necessary, ferocious. Occasionally loud. And naturally mischievous. Our primate cousins are full of personality and emotion. At times, it's like looking in the mirror. When compared to the rest of the animal world, monkeys are a distinctive bunch, often thanks to their spectacular hairstyles. Their hair, or fur, is one characteristic that puts them in the mammalian class. Another is how their infants are fed with mother's milk. There are many orders or types of mammals, the primates being one. They include baboons, lemurs, gorillas, and humans. Primates have larger brains than most other mammals. Apart from high intelligence, there are numerous commonalities seen amongst primates. Grippy hands and feet, plus opposable thumbs. The presence of flattened nails. How they hold their bodies upright. And typically produce only 1 or 2 young. Primates also have flexible shoulder and hip joints, giving them the mobility they need to climb or swing through their habitat. Most non-human primates live in tropical and subtropical regions of South America, Africa, and Asia. Within the primate group, there are special types of higher primates, known as simians. Some well-known types of simians belong to the superfamily Hominoidea. It has two branches: the great apes, represented by gorillas, chimpanzees, bonobos, and orangutans, and the lesser apes, which include gibbons and siamangs. Another type of simian are the members of the Cercopithecidae family, often called Old World monkeys. The New World hosts an additional group of simians, the superfamily Seboideae. What sets simians apart are these. Apes or hominoids, such as gorillas and orangutans, do not have tails. As for the non-hominoids, where they are found splits them into their two main groups. There are more than 150 New World species, such as capuchins and spider monkeys. As their name suggests, New World monkeys inhabit tropical regions of the Americas. In contrast, Old World monkeys are native to Africa, Southern Europe, and Asia. They are represented by more than 130 species, such as macaques and baboons. Physical characteristics also separate the Old World monkeys from their American relatives. Firstly, noses. Some of the most extraordinary in the animal kingdom. New World monkeys are flat-nosed, with side-facing, round nostrils set far apart. Narrow noses that point down with small, curved nostrils set close together are characteristic of Old World monkeys. One striking example in the Old World group can be seen on the proboscis monkey of Borneo. Males have a long, pendulous nose, compared to the short stump belonging to the snub-nosed monkey. Tails are another distinguishing attribute. Most New World monkeys have tails that can grab and hold on to things, vital for life in the trees. In comparison, straight, non-gripping tails are typical of Old World monkeys. One exception is the Barbary macaque, that has no tail at all. Spending a lot of time foraging on hard terrain means sitting pads come in handy for Old World monkeys like baboons. Another accessory seen on some members of the Old World clan are cheek pouches. These roomy storage compartments extend down both sides of their neck. Perfect for storing food, should the monkey be disturbed mid-meal by a predator. Tree-dwelling New World monkeys have no need for cheek pouches, as they usually eat their food high up in peace. For monkeys of the Old World and the New, their special characteristics are what allow them to thrive in their chosen habitats. Found on every continent except Australia, and Antarctica, monkeys come in all manner of shapes, colors, and sizes. With hundreds of fascinating species, let's explore a handful in depth. The Old World group boasts the largest monkeys, drills, and their eye-catching cousins, the mandrills, both of Western Central Africa. Mandrill males weigh over 35 kilograms, but it's their vibrant colors that earn them fame, and females. Those with the brightest muzzle attract the most partners. The difference between the genders is obvious. Females are only half the size and have duller colors. At the other size extreme is the world's smallest monkey, the pygmy marmoset. From the western Amazon basin, these pocket-sized primates weigh about 100 grams. Of the two groups, the Old World monkeys are bigger animals. Second in size to mandrills are baboons, members of the Papio genus, which inhabit savannas, rocky hillsides, and arid regions of Africa and Arabia. There are 5 species in this group, one being the Chukma baboon. Their favorite pastime? To surf the sand dunes of the Namibian desert. In the Ethiopian highlands, the roof of Africa, the last surviving species of ancient grazing primates are busy foraging. Geladas favor mountain meadows. They are the only purely grass-eating monkey. Due to the bright red chest patches on the males, they're also called bleeding heart monkeys. Not all Old World monkeys are earthbound. On the Indian subcontinent, grey langurs of the subfamily Colobinae spend around half their time in the trees. At dizzy heights, they're amazingly athletic. Lastly, some contenders for the world's cutest animals, the endangered snub-nosed monkeys. 4 species occupy the lofty mountain forests of China, Vietnam, and Myanmar. In contrast, New World monkeys live at low elevations, in the tropical rainforests of Mexico, plus Central and South America. Marmosets and tamarins of the Callitrichidae family are the most primitive monkeys. Some tamarins have outlandish hair, such as the rock-starish cottontops of northern Colombia, which sport crests of long white fur. Not to be outdone, emperor tamarins of the Amazon basin grow impressive facial hair. They're thought to be named after the mustachioed German emperor, Wilhelm II. A lack of hair makes their neighbor, the bold wakari, easily recognizable. Their permanently blushing faces are attention-grabbing. In contrast, The woolly monkeys, another group of Amazon basin residents, are densely furred all over. They're able to stand upright for a short amount of time, using their tails for support. Youngsters are especially outgoing. Woolly monkeys are often seen in the company of other monkeys, such as capuchins. There are 4 species of capuchins named after their caps of hair that look similar to the hoods worn by capuchin friars. Heralded as the smartest of the New World monkeys, capuchins use tools to procure food. Smart, vibrant, and playful. Across the planet, monkeys of all kinds are enthralling to watch. Every habitat comes with its challenges. Over countless generations, monkeys have acquired special adaptations and skills that enable them to succeed in their chosen regions. Arboreal monkeys, those that dwell in trees, have long limbs, perfect for navigating through leafy canopies. Jeffroy's spider monkeys are one of many species that use the famous arm-over-arm swinging technique known as brachiation. Monkeys that don't swing from branch to branch use all 4 limbs to move around. This is known as arboreal quadrupedalism. Another tool that helps New World monkeys get about their homes are their prehensile or grippy tails. Old World monkeys may not have grippy tails, but most of them do have opposable thumbs, where a thumb is placed opposite the fingers, a combination that allows them to grasp objects. Leaping is another great skill in the monkey world. Frequent jumpers, like acrobatic squirrel monkeys, rarely weigh above 10 kilograms. Hefty proboscis monkeys that can weigh over 20 kilograms simply choose to ignore these leaping weight restrictions. Being able to accurately judge distances is crucial for monkeys. Having forward-facing eyes that sit on the front of their faces gives them excellent vision. One drawback to jungle living is dense vegetation. Often so thick, it's difficult for monkeys to see each other. Their solution? To vocalize. Using distinct calls to communicate with other members of their group, known as a troop. The aptly named howler monkey is thought to produce the loudest call of any land animal. Their howls can be heard up to 5 kilometers away. Males have large throats and a specialized resonating vocal chamber that makes their roars ring out. The troop's racket sends a clear message to other groups to stay out of their territory. These calls can also act as alarms, warning these tree dwellers to be on the lookout for danger. These primates are targets for predators, such as raptors, snakes, crocodiles, and jaguars. To avoid such dangers, these primates have a few options: to hide, or use their speed and agility to help them escape. Land-dwelling monkeys, such as baboons, need a different skill set to survive. Life on the ground is more dangerous. Dominant males are bigger and more aggressive. They also have massive, sharp teeth, equal in size to those of a lion. Olive baboon families, feeding out in the open, seem like an obvious target. And their predators are many. All have numbers on their side. Today, the monkeys are triumphant. Baboons aren't always on the attack when it comes to other animals. They're not only at peace with one very large mammal, they're in partnership with it. In Kenya, olive baboons and elephants have long brokered a symbiotic relationship where both benefit. Elephants dig wells to drink from, which gives the baboons an opportunity to quench their thirst. In return, the monkeys act as treetop sentinels, alerting the elephants to danger. Geladas use a different tactic to keep safe. Their predators include jackals. Days are spent foraging in the grasslands. But if threatened, they retreat to the sanctuary of sheer cliff sides. One rare skill that several species of monkeys possess is tool use. Ingenious capuchins have figured out that stones make excellent nutcrackers. Not all tools are created equal. To fish for insects, this tufted capuchin has chosen a stick. Sometimes the grubs aren't obliging, and neither is the utensil. From innovative tool use, far-reaching vocalizations, plus arboreal and terrestrial adaptations, monkeys are well equipped to succeed in their daily lives. In terms of life on Earth, primates are relative newcomers. Fossil evidence puts their emergence at around 55 to 50 million years ago. The first primate-like mammals are known as proto-primates. These ancient creatures resembled a squirrel, looking most similar to present-day lemurs. It's thought that monkeys split into their Old and New World lineages about 40 million years ago. During this time period, the continents were still on the move. And, at this stage of prehistory, Africa and South America were closer. The leading theory explaining how monkeys got to the Americas suggests that African primates rafted there on giant vegetation mats. The Amazon basin then seems to have functioned as a reservoir of primate biodiversity. When climate conditions were right, new species emerged and spread out. Uncovering more fossil evidence is key to unlocking the evolution of monkeys. As their past is our past, this could lead to more revelations about our own ancestry. Like all primates, monkeys are highly social animals. This is at the heart of many of their common behaviors. The majority of monkeys live in troops. Geladas hold the record for having the largest troops, some with up to 1,200 members. These large communities are broken down into separate harems, each with one male leader and up to 12 females, plus their young. These chatty monkeys spend hours socializing and communicating with each other. Living in a large troop comes with its advantages. There are plenty of volunteers to get rid of parasites. The most important role of grooming is, however, to strengthen shared bonds. The group also offers safety. Youngsters can play freely, knowing they're not only protected by their mothers, but by the troop. As they get older, they engage in grooming and play fighting, developing physical and social skills they'll need as adults. Within all large families, there are bound to be fights. These vicious battles are common during harem takeovers, where males fight for females. If deposed, the flaming red chest of a former king will fade within months. Chukma baboons live in smaller troops and have a different social structure. Instead of harems, their society is organized within a dominance hierarchy. A dominant alpha male is in charge. Under him are males and females of varying ranks. These savanna-dwelling baboons have some unique challenges, such as crossing seasonally flooded plains. It takes a little getting used to. these swamps have plenty of food on offer. And it seems that tasty water lilies are worth soggy feet. Some monkeys take being waterlogged to a whole new level. A group of world-famous snow monkeys, Japanese macaques, can spend hours soaking in these natural hot springs. The water is a toasty 40 degrees Celsius. Outside temperatures can drop below -15. While the hot springs may be comfortable, they're not essential for the monkey's survival. Their dual-layered fur coat is sufficient to see them through harsh winters. Due to this, researchers believe their habit of bathing is more of a luxurious pastime, motivated simply by pleasure and social connections. It's also been suggested that the monkeys, as do humans, use these relaxing hot tub sessions to reduce stress. One notable point of difference: the macaques also drink their bathwater. Not all tribes have dominant males making the decisions. In spider monkey troops, it's the females that choose where to search for food and how large the groups can be. Usually, these small troops have around 35 members. During the day, they split into smaller foraging parties, led by a dominant female. If there's plenty of food, she permits the group size to increase. If not, she breaks them into smaller bands to make finding a meal easier. Competition for resources is one reason monkeys defend their territory, both from their own species and other interlopers. Capuchins and spider monkeys are two such rivals. Spider monkeys are noticeably bigger and not always easy to persuade to move on. Capuchins have sharp teeth, and persistence pays off. Over generations, monkeys around the globe have devised strict social guidelines and behaviors that ensure their complex communities flourish. Like most mammals, monkeys give birth to live young. The mothers are affectionate caregivers. They're the parent usually charged with raising infants. Maternal females can nurse their young for up to 5 years. Japanese macaques are polygamous, meaning adult females will mate with several males during the breeding season. Snow monkeys are loving, doting mums. The close bond they share with their baby has the added advantage of keeping them both warm. On average, these primates live for 7 years. In Southeast Asia, dusky leaf monkeys have a different breeding arrangement. They're polygynous. Only large and powerful males hold the right to breed with multiple females. Youngsters resemble their parents, except in one startling way. Experts suggest this beacon of color gives the babies protection from harm. Many predators are colorblind, not able to discern between orange and green. Within 6 months, their colors will change and they'll become carbon copies of their parents, with lifespans of 15 to 25 years. Male monkeys of the New World are amongst nature's top dads. When a tamarin mother isn't nursing, the father is in charge of babysitting. Tamarins and marmosets are also unique in that females give birth to twins instead of a single young. Perhaps this is why the dads lend a hand. One monkey that is hard to miss is a proboscis. The purpose of that nose? To attract females. Scientists believe the male's fleshy, pendulous nose creates an echo chamber, which makes their calls louder. This both impresses the females and intimidates any rivals. A special ability that young monkeys possess is within hours of being born, they have the strength to cling on to their mothers. These babies quickly learn to hold on extra tight. Leaping with heavy, precious cargo on board can be tricky. Capuchins will breed at any time of the year as long as there's ample food. The best way to learn how to tackle trees is to follow mum. The average lifespan for capuchins in the wild is 25 years. Monkeys take longer than other mammals to reach sexual maturity. Not until they're around 4 to 6 years of age. In general, young males leave their birth troops, while females stay with their mother's group. Vervet monkeys from East Africa are weaned and independent before their first birthday. In preparation for life on their own, they need to sharpen their tightrope walking skills. Baboons need to equip their young with skills for a different environment. Dedicated rock climbing sessions in their natural gym develop dexterity and strength. While every species follows their own distinct life journey, these animals all share one quality: unwavering devotion to their young, making monkey parents some of the best on the planet. One thing a monkey could never be called is a picky eater, as the majority of these mammals are omnivores, animals that consume both plants and meat. Rainforests provide a bounty of food for monkeys. Flowers, seeds, nuts and fruit, plus bird eggs and insects. A sample of the produce on offer. With their highly developed brains, monkeys make mental food maps of where supplies can be found. Their cognitive mapping skills notify them about fruit tree locations and when fruits will be ripe. Capuchins are fond of fruit and can be reluctant to share, even with family. They do, however, leave a trail of leftovers for other animals. Agoutis and peccaries are known to follow these raucous feeding troops in the hope of a free meal. Some monkeys are leaf-eating specialists. Old World columbines, such as the Zanzibar red colobus, have sacculated stomachs, which have sac-like chambers where tough foliage is broken down. Unusually long intestines allow them to absorb nutrients from their fibrous leaf diet. While they prefer greens, native to Southeast Asia, these monkeys are in their element in mangroves and out in the water. Swimming leads them to one of their choice staples: crabs. Crustaceans are not the most unusual dishes on a monkey's menu. Olive baboons have more feathery tastes. Lake Bogoria in East Africa's Rift Valley is home to over 500,000 lesser flamingos. These sheer numbers mean a meal for hungry baboons is guaranteed. On the savannah, it's elephants that deliver tasty snacks to chacma baboons, which sift through the huge mammal's dung to find seeds. Like every other living thing, monkeys play a key role in their habitats. Their actions pollinate flowers and disperse seeds, which helps with forest diversity and regeneration. They are both hunters and the hunted. While a harsh truth, keeping predator and prey numbers in balance is fundamental for a healthy ecosystem. With their familiar facial expressions and behaviors, monkeys have been captivating the world throughout the ages. Many societies celebrating these fascinating primates, holding them in high esteem. In Hindu mythology, the monkey god, Hanuman, is known for his strength, courage, perseverance, and devotion. The grey langur, also called the Hanuman langur, is considered holy. Along with the rhesus macaque, they're venerated in India, left to go about their daily urban lives undisturbed. In ancient Egypt, Hamadryas baboons were referred to as sacred baboons. They were revered as representatives of Thoth, the Egyptian god of writing, magic, wisdom, and the moon. From about 250 AD, the Mayans of the Classic period regarded howler monkeys as the major deity of the arts, sculptors and scribes being highly cherished. In the ancient Aztec calendar, monkeys symbolized the 11th day of their month. In the Chinese zodiac, the year of the monkey is a popular time for births. It's believed a child born during this cycle will have a successful, promising life. The night sky also features monkeys. Within the constellation of Orion the Hunter lies the Monkey Head Nebula, which lies around 6,400 light-years from Earth. Known as Sanzaru in Japan, renditions of the popular Three Wise Monkeys can be found worldwide. Similar to the code of conduct set out by Confucius, these characters embody the proverbial principle of see no evil, speak no evil, hear no evil. Wise, charming, and endearing, the appeal of monkeys is timeless. While they are beloved members of the animal kingdom, monkeys face grave threats on many fronts. Deforestation of their homes due to logging and the clearing of land for agriculture is one of the worst. In farming areas where monkeys raid crops and wreak havoc, they're considered pests to be exterminated. They're also hunted for bushmeat. Those with adorable faces end up in domestic homes illegally, victims of the exotic pet trade. Recently, it's been estimated that 43% of all primate species were either critically endangered or endangered. Despite these overwhelming problems, action is being taken to help monkeys. Golden lion tamarin numbers were once as low as 200 in the wild, making them critically endangered. Thanks to intensive conservation efforts, their chances are improving. With their population back up to around 2,500, moving them off the critical list. Colombia's critically endangered cottontops are also the focus of conservancy groups. They're working with local communities to create wildlife corridors and run education programs. On a global scale, we can all do our bit, such as using recycled products, only buying certified forest wood items, purchasing ethical and sustainable crafts from artisans to help local communities, And above all, leaving monkeys in their natural habitats where they belong, not keeping them as pets. As fellow primates, it's up to us to protect our wild, distant relatives. Creatures we share over 90% of our DNA with. By helping monkeys, we help ourselves.